Now at the moment the comparer only looks at the name of each food when it's deciding how to order the foods. That seems reasonable because I said we wanted to sort foods by their names, and that's the purpose of this comparer. But that means we're ignoring all the other fields, and that can cause a problem, which I'm going to demonstrate now. What you're seeing in Visual Studio is a class, cooked food, which I wrote earlier in the course, and which is derived from food. Cooked food contains an additional field, a string that indicates the cooking method. I've added cooked food to the Visual Studio project, so we can include instances of it in our collections. And I've also changed the main method a bit. I've factored out sorting the array and showing the sorted results into a separate method called sort and show list, which takes an array of food. You can see it just calls array.sort and displays the results. And the reason I've factored that out is that for this demo I have two lists to sort. The first one contains apple, a cooked food instance that represents baked apple, and pear. And the second list contains the same items but in a different order. I call sort and show list on both of them, and the fact that they start out in a different order shouldn't affect the final result at all, because I'm sorting both arrays. Let's check. Oh, that's bad. We have two arrays containing the same elements, supposedly both now sorted, but the orders of the elements in them are different. In one of them baked apple comes before apple, and in the other apple comes before baked apple. We can see what's happened if we look at our comparer. This comparer only looks at the food name, because I said before that's the only thing we're interested in. But that means that this comparer will consider apple and baked apple to be equal, because they have the same name, apple. The word baked in baked apple is part of the cooking method field, not part of the name. And if two items are equal, then it's completely indeterminate which order they will be in after sorting. So if I run this code to look at the results again, this is what we're seeing. When you sort the array, apple and baked apple could legitimately go in either order, so the sorting algorithm will not make any attempt to put them in a particular order, so there's no particular order guaranteed. Is that a problem? Well, not necessarily. It depends what you're doing with the sorted list. But it could be. Firstly, it could confuse end users if they see supposedly sorted results that are actually in different orders. But more importantly, if you have other code that depends on sorted lists actually being sorted consistently, then that code could break. So because of that, you do need to be careful when you're designing a comparer. Think seriously about under what circumstances you're prepared to have two instances treated as equal. Very often, even if you're only interested in some fields, it's a good idea to examine all the other fields just to make sure you can get a consistent sort order. Let's do that.